This week on the Computer Chronicles, the secrets of email. We'll show you how to protect yourself from the biggest email scourge, spam. Are you having problems opening up some email attachments? There is a very simple software solution. Want to have fun with email? We'll show you how to add animation and sound effects. And for the ultimate in email, video mail with this package called Create and Share. Also, my pick of the week, a cool new way to use email to play games. It's all coming up next on the Computer Chronicles.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by BigStar.com, with thousands of videos and DVDs for the whole family. Additional support by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. And by TVA, Television Associates, bridging the worlds of computers and video with DVD authoring and MPEG encoding services.
Hi, and welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee. Probably no aspect of the computer and the internet has changed our lives as much as email. But when it comes to email, there's a kind of love-hate relationship going. It's wonderful, but it can also be a pain. And today we'll try and ease the pain a bit, and we'll start with one of the worst parts of email, and that is spam. John, you are Qualcomm and Eudora, and you guys have a terrific email program that helps you deal with the problem of spam and junk mail through the use of filters, basically. Explain what a filter is.
Well, a filter is a device to take an action on a message. You can mark a message based on what is in the subject, what's in the body of the message, who it's from.
So it looks for certain words or characteristics and does something with it.
That's right.
All right, let's go. We have your inbox up here on the computer right now, and see, is there a piece of junk mail in there we can look at?
Oh, there's one.
Attention business owners. Odds are that's
well, this is the sort of thing that I want to get rid of every day.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about how you do that now. Now, I know you take a kind of proactive approach, which is to use filters to put the good things in the right place and then figure out, well, what's left is junk, right?
That's right.
What kinds of filters do you create to put the good stuff in certain inboxes?
Well, one thing that I do is I have a list of, or a filter that's is John's friends. Any message that's addressed to John's friends gets, I find out who it is right away. It speaks to me and tells me what
Now, where does John's friends come from? You create a list of people you like that are John's friends.
Right. I put their email addresses in a list, in a nickname inside of Eudora's address book.
So that's the good stuff. So, hey, that stuff I certainly want to look at.
Right.
What would be next? What else? What other kind of filters?
Well, other filters, you could filter on a particular subject. Say you're following a thread, a discussion about Computer Chronicles.
You want to make sure you see that stuff.
That's right.
All right, let's try the opposite side now. You've gone through all those like good filters, and there's still a lot of stuff left over. What characteristic would you find about spam or junk mail to say, if it has that characteristic, I don't want it?
Well, I could create a filter. Let's take our business owner's message.
Okay.
We could select that message and say, well, any message that's addressed to business owners, I want to make a filter and throw it in the trash. So we'll just go ahead and make the filter. Eudora brings up this window. And choose subject contains attention business owners.
Right. Okay, but that would be kind of narrow. I mean, I take it one of the things I notice in the junk mail is it's like to everybody, or it's to anonymous, right? They don't really actually have your name. Could you create a filter that says, hey, if it's not sent to me directly, I don't want to look at it because odds are the person doesn't know me?
That's right. Well, let's do that. In fact, that's what the last filter in my list of filters is. If it makes it through all the good filters, the last filter is one that...
What's left is probably junk.
That's right. And so we give it the color of spam and makes it easy to identify.
All right, so again, so you have one, if it's addressed to any recipient, if it doesn't have your name in it, that's going to go in the trash pile. In fact, what happens? Can you auto-trash these things or just color codes it so you know that's spam?
You could do either or both. What I do is I just color code them because...
you might want to look at it, who knows?
Exactly, you never know.
All right, let's talk about a sort of more proactive approach. One way to avoid spam is to not get on these email lists in the first place, right? And that's to try to maintain a certain anonymity online. How do you do that?
Well, you could create a pseudonym.
Okay.
You set up an account with some other service provider, say Yahoo or Earthlink, and you use that account for just a special purpose.
Okay.
Say you're a dog lover.
Right.
So you set up your user ID.
Is that what you call personalities inside your door?
Yes.
So show us that.
All right.
So you go to personalities.
And there's my dog lover personality.
Okay, so give yourself a kind of anonymous handle and the people can't track you down.
That's right. So, and what you see when you look at that, that personality, it's all the settings that you need in order for you to be able to collect messages according to dog lovers.
Let's go back to the positive filters
Sure.
for a moment. You do something cool. You mentioned John's friends as one category, and you can really raise the level of that mail as opposed to killing
That's
junk mail.
right.
Say, hey, if it's from John's friends, I want you to read that mail to me, actually speak it, because I absolutely want to know about that stuff, right?
Right. And
So how do you do that?
well, let's see. We're just going to grab a whole bunch of messages here and run our filters.
Okay. So that's what you do. Just select a bunch of messages and say run it through the filter.
Soccer games.
And what we hear is that message from a good friend of mine, Kent, and it's telling me about a pickup soccer game that we're going to have on Sunday.
Okay, so that's sort of put it on the top of the pile kind of thing.
That's right.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's email problem number 1 solved. The next one is attachments. How many times have you received an attached file in an email that shows up as total gibberish on your computer screen? There is a solution to that problem too, and you guys have come up with a great one in this program, Attachment Opener.
That's right.
Let's explain the problem. Why is this so complicated? Why do we always get these attachments that show up as junk on our screen?
Probably because there's just so many variables out there. There's so many different email programs.
So there's no one standard protocol for doing all this.
That's exactly right.
All right, let's take a look at the software if you can. Let's take the first example. I get a file, I download it, and I say everything's cool, and then I go to look at it, and it's all these squiggles and dashes and so on. Can you show us an example of what that would look like?
I'm sure a lot of people have seen this.
There you
message
go,
before.
exactly. Hey, here's your spreadsheet.
Exactly. That doesn't look like such a great
And
spreadsheet
it's
to me.
useless.
So what you do with that is you go under the Start menu.
All right, so I'm inside your attachment opener software now.
I'm going to launch the attachment opener, attachment wizard.
Got it.
Okay, and that's going to launch and give you 3 simple instructions on how to decipher this email message. First, it says to select.
So select the gibberish.
Exactly.
Basically.
I'll go under the Edit menu and select all. And then, secondly, it says to copy all of the content. And just click Next. And
So
out of
it's
all
just
that
really a copy and paste inside your software.
inside your email program,
Okay,
exactly.
and it's going to analyze it?
It goes into all that garbage text,
Right.
basically, like we like to call it, and
Good.
it sees an Excel spreadsheet there.
Ah.
Okay, and I can download that now safely to my desktop or anywhere I want on my computer.
So it recognizes what that file really was, does the conversion, and then could we see it as it was meant to be?
Here's that Excel spreadsheet, and I just double-click on that, and now I'm able to safely launch it and open it into Excel. And it's going to look, I promise you, a little better than what we saw there before.
All right, so there's the spreadsheet. That's useful. All right, let's go to problem number 2. I appear to be able to download this file. It seems okay, but then I go to open it up, and Windows says, like, what program, what application do you want to open this up under? And I have no idea, and none of them seem to work.
Exactly. Well, here's a message where, like you said,
All right,
seemingly it
Looks
looks
like
okay.
I've got it,
Exactly.
but then I can't do anything with it.
I can even drag it to the desktop
Right.
safely. But you'll also notice on the icon there, actually, the icon is generic. It just
Yeah,
shows
you
up.
don't even
just
know what
shows
it
up.
is.
Exactly.
So what do I do with that?
So what I can do now is I'll just bring this to the middle of the computer and just right-click on it and go right into Attachment Opener and get information on this. Find out what exactly this file is anyways.
All right, that would give us a clue as to what to do. Well, we still don't know a lot, except it's bin hex
Now we
encoded.
know it's bin hex
That
encoded.
helps a lot,
Exactly.
right?
So we can just hit View here. And you're gonna
Okay,
see
now here's the problem. It's a bunch of different files.
exactly. It was an
why
archive that was
Windows
also
didn't know
bin
what to do with
hexed. And
So what do we do now?
now I can click on any of these files and extract them right to the desktop, or even nicer, this looks like it's a GIF file. I could just click View and take a quick view of this file without having to extract the entire archive. And here it is, nice little picture from the internet.
Okay, so that's the problem where there might be different formats inside one particular attachment.
That's right.
Next problem. I've downloaded it. I've opened it up, but it turns out I don't have the right application. It's a WordPerfect file, and I'm using Word or something. How do I deal with that?
Exactly. There's so many programs out there that people could possibly create files that they send to you. And so, for instance, here's a file titled brochure that we got as an attachment.
Who knows
Who knows?
what it was written in?
So we also have a product called Conversions Plus at DataViz, which not only allows you to view and print files, but also allows you to convert the
So
file.
how do you do this? You just
I
drop it into...
Just drag it on top of the
yeah.
Conversions Plus program or open it within the Conversions Plus program. And it's going to tell you, again,
So it'll identify what...
exactly.
Okay, it's a WordPerfect file.
It's a WordPerfect file. And now you notice I have a convert option here.
So turn it into a Word file.
Exactly. So here's a long list of all the things that you can convert
So
it
we
into.
go from Claris to Word to blah, blah, blah.
Let's say Microsoft Word for Windows 97.
Okay.
Just click Convert. and that's going to take this file that was word perfect, in this case, and turn it into a Word file.
And fully usable.
Fully
and
usable.
Get inside there and manipulate it.
All the formatting,
Last
graphics.
problem real quick. They send me a file, everything is cool, except they were on a Mac, I'm in Windows. Can I solve that problem?
You can solve that problem too. Conversions Plus includes another product from DataViz called Mac Opener, and that allows you to put Mac
Does
disks.
that conversion too?
Exactly.
Great, thanks a lot. Okay. All right, well, email has been an important innovation in personal communications in more ways than you might imagine. Sure, it's fast and convenient for business and personal interaction, but email is also being used in a unique educational program called telementoring.
Sounds like you had fun on your outdoor education camp.
Twice a week, these fifth-grade girls take turns at their school's internet computer to read and answer email messages from their adult mentors, who might be hundreds of miles away. The telementoring program, started by Hewlett-Packard in 1996, matches female engineers with schoolgirls who might need help in math and science, as well as a boost in their language skills and self-confidence.
We don't have a good record of supporting young women in math and sciences and getting over whatever hump it is that they face at, 11, 12, 13. And I think it's really important to have women who are successful in math and sciences saying, hey, you can do this. I thought I couldn't, but guess what? I'm doing it.
It so happens that the goals were very similar of the company and of our program, which is to enhance science and math and technology skills in minorities and women in particular. And here we have a group of Latina girls who needed mentors, so it was perfect.
The girls still attend regular classes, but they can ask their mentors questions about class projects. And having an adult pen pal in cyberspace adds some novelty to the daily school routine.
This is their first experience this year with the internet, with email. They each have their own email accounts. So they're definitely very excited about checking their mail and writing letters to their mentors. And also, it gives them a chance to tell their mentors what they're doing in science. And their mentors ask them questions about what they're doing in science. Their mentors send them websites that they can, websites that are connected to the science concepts and themes that we're studying.
Unlike more traditional tutoring, these kids rarely meet with their mentors, if at all. But the lack of face-to-face contact does not seem to be a problem.
I haven't seen it get in the way, although I think that they have sent pictures back and forth and that kind of thing to make it a little more personal and to bridge that gap, that electronic gap a little bit.
The teacher's sometimes more busier than Margaret, and she's helping all the other kids, so sometimes I just ask Margaret.
The Telementor program helps overcome a common problem in recruiting mentors for schools, finding professionals with a little time to spare.
I'm one of those people that run a really busy life. You know, I kind of think that I'll sleep when I die, you know, and I absolutely would not be able to put in any kind of time if I had to geographically go and see a student. It wouldn't even be an option for me.
As for results, progress can be difficult to measure, but some trends are distinctive.
Now, the fact that these girls have to explain a concept that they've learned to another human being out there in the world means that they have to really internalize the information. So they have gone to a higher level of thinking to be able to express that to another person. And of course, it improves their reading and writing and their spelling and all of those mechanical aspects of writing because they have to write these thoughts out.
Sometimes for more than 110 yards.
For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Sarah O'Brien.
There is another problem with email. It can be awfully boring. But some email addicts have figured out how to create digital letters that fully utilize the power of the computer. And I guess that's what you guys are doing with MasterClip's Email Animator. This is a way, to add graphics, animation, sound, music, whatever you want to an email, so it's fun.
Absolutely. It gives it a lot of punch and impact and gets it noticed.
All right, let's say I wanted to send an email to my family. We're going to do our annual reunion thing, and it's kind of boring type of come to the reunion thing. I want to make it a little sexier.
All right.
How would I do that?
Well, we're going to start out as you would with a typical email. Let's just say family reunion.
All right, so we're inside your software, and I'm creating the whole email message right now.
Exactly. This is your opening screen.
Okay,
Let's put a
so family
date,
reunion.
May 4th.
Sounds good.
So that would be your typical email notifying somebody. Then we just click them. We'll take this up to the top here. Now we can add more punch to it. Let's add a graphic to it.
All right, a lot of bikers in my family, and they might get turned on if we did like a little motorbike
Let's do it.
Okay.
What we do is we supply you with over 2,000 images to choose from, and you've got your palette right here. You can scroll up and down.
I saw a motorcycle right there.
Yeah, actually I do have one.
50s couple, huh? I don't know about 50s. All right.
Now we can actually press go and see what we look like so far.
So it's an animated piece of
Yeah,
art
all
there.
of these are animated, but you know, you can take the animation even further. If you go on the palette here, we'll click under animation paths. And
so really move it.
Exactly, and again, it's as simple as dragging and dropping. You don't have to know any programming at all.
So you have predetermined animation paths that you just apply to that
A whole
piece
palette
of
to
art?
choose from right here.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do anything with it.
So what's going to happen now?
Well, let's see what we do.
Okay, so
There
you've
you go.
animated the bike and the title, actually.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Wake up, you guys. All right, that sort of cries for a little bit of sound effects for that motorbike sound.
Absolutely.
Can we do that?
Yep. Let's see. Now we provide you with over 600 music clips and sound clips. So for a motorcycle, let's
Do you
kind
have
of
a
go
bike
on
sound
in
there?
here.
Where you passed it?
Whoop.
Motorcycles.
Where
I
is
saw it
that?
somewhere. Go down,
LM.
down. There you go.
There we go.
Motorcycle. Sorry.
Again, we just drag and drop the sound right on top of the image. Let's see how we're doing here.
All right.
Now we can even add music to that too, but actually I want to add a little more to this. The white screen is a little bit...
Yeah, can we give it a background? Because that
We
white's sort
can.
of boring.
In addition to the characters, we also give you borders and backgrounds. So we can just pop on in here and...
So there's a collection of backgrounds.
Yeah, you can scroll through here. One of my favorites is the good old beach party.
Could I create a background of my own in another program and import it into your program?
You can create your own animations, you can create your own graphics images,
Okay.
or you can import from clip art packages.
Okay, or sounds too?
Absolutely, you can record just
Okay.
using your own computer's
So
microphone.
we've got the text, we've got the motorcycle animated, we've added the sound effects. How about music? Can we add music to the
Sure.
postcard?
Again, you just go in under sound, and in this point, we're going to choose music, and let's pick a hip one for this.
Beat this.
For your hip
Let's see what
family
this
that we're
sounds like.
inviting here.
All right, so we just drop it on again.
Yeah.
A little music in the
A little
background
music
there.
in the background there.
All right, so we have this kind of cool animated postcard. Is it like a monster file now that's
No,
this
it's a very small file. It's a self-executable file. All we need to do if you wanted to send this is hit save. We'll call it reunion.
Okay.
Save. And then we go to mail. And
So let's see what this looks like at the other end when I would receive this email.
Sure, let's pick someone
I take it I don't need to have your software at the other end. It comes with a player of some
Exactly. I'm going to click right here and say OK, and it's going to ask me, should I send this with the Windows player? Now, you only need to send it with the Windows player once
Okay,
to the
then
person.
the player is resident on the other person's
Exactly.
computer.
Right.
Okay.
And we click OK, and that's how it looks.
So I would just double click it and it
there
works.
you go, and we say we want to open it.
And let's see, there it is.
There you go, your hip family reunion.
One other thing we didn't mention, you can actually add a web button on there, right, to automatically link to a website. Like if we have a family website that would have directions to the house or whatever.
That's one of the really neat features on here. I'd go on here to draw tools and URL links.
There you go.
Type in your URL. It's as simple as double-clicking on this button, and that creates a hyperlink right to your website, your family homepage, or your business page.
How much does it cost?
It's only $29.95.
29 bucks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
All right.
Kathleen.
Thanks for having me.
The final step in creating really cool email would be to use actual audio and video, especially if you're trying to send your parents an email bragging about Junior's first step or first word. Doing video email is actually easier than you think, and that's largely in part to this really cool product you guys have, Create and Share from Intel, which really simplifies what most people think is a really complicated process. It's not, though, is it?
It's really not, and that's one thing we really worked hard at doing, is making video email and all the things you can do with this product very simple for the user.
So it's kind of the same idea we saw before, but only this is real video now. You can actually create a little video clip, include it in an email, send it to your mom or whatever you want, right?
That's right. It's like the next best step to being there because it captures emotion right in the email.
All right, show us how you would do that. First of all, is all the stuff you need come in the package? I mean, the camera and all the software, so it's like one-stop shop here?
It really is a complete kit. Camera with all the software you're going to see plus more.
All right, you plugged it into your little laptop there, so I guess it works anywhere.
I've plugged it into my laptop. What I was going to do is record a quick video for my mom. It's her birthday soon. So what I could do here is just say, you'll notice it's very easy, and I can just say, "Happy birthday, Mom. I'm on Computer Chronicles today. Hope to see you soon." And you'll notice it gave me some feedback.
You just recorded the clip, and you can actually monitor yourself there.
I can actually monitor myself. And I'm not very happy with this, so I'm going to show you one of the cool little features. I can trim the end and beginning of that.
You want to get rid of that little mugshot at the end there, huh?
Well, I don't like the one there at the beginning, so I can just trim it off to where I'm...
Oh, so you can actually scrub through that clip you just recorded then?
I can actually scrub through it and trim some stuff off the beginning or the end real quick
you don't
before I
waste
save
any space here or bandwidth.
Right, makes an even smaller file.
All right.
And then again, I can just save that, and it actually automatically puts it right back into what we call the gallery, which is another part of the kit that's very cool. Because what I can do is save all of my video files, all of my sound files, and even still image files in there for use later.
So you have a little gallery place where the video clips you've recorded are all stored together. Is that what we're seeing on the left right there? So that's the one you just did.
Yep, and there it is right at the top because I have it organized.
I see you have JPEGs and other kinds of files. So you can mix and match actually and create an email, sort of build a little mini movie?
Yeah, another feature of the product is I can build titles into movies. I can mix still shots with videos. And I'll put them into
transitions or dissolves or fades or things like that.
Exactly. So it gives you a little editing, kind of an editing bay right in your PC.
Okay, so let's say we'll just take that little greeting you just made for your mom, happy birthday, Mom. How do I actually now send that as part of an email?
Well, all I have to do is this is organized by activity. So if I say send an email postcard, and again, we use a postcard because people understand a postcard that they would stick in the mail.
So that means on the front is the text, and you kind of flip it over, and instead of a picture, there's video.
Right, exactly. Okay. And you'll notice it's very easy. I just walk right through this wizard, say create a new postcard. I've got a template here that I can say happy birthday to Mom.
So we're going to drop your video into a kind of postcard template which has been pre-created.
Right, and all I have to do is drag and drop that video right in there. And then I'm just going to make it so these windows don't overlap. And again, if I wanted to add some text right there, I could. And I'm just going to click next. And again, here's the back of the postcard. So I address this just like I would a normal postcard I'm going to send in the mail. I've got my address book for my email programs, or I've even got recent addresses there, and I could type in a message to Mom personally.
So I don't have to figure out how to integrate this with my email or whatever. If I'm just an AOL user, I just say, do it.
Right. And when I click on this, say next one more time, it actually gives me some options. I can do it automatically, or I can save it as a file to disk. So if I did have AOL, I may want to save it as a file to disk and attach it to the email at a later point in time.
Okay, so you'd attach it at that point. Now let's go back. You have another example in here which is really cool. One of your colleagues at Intel, his sister actually appeared on the Rosie O'Donnell TV show. So he was very proud of that, and he wanted to send that video clip as an email to all his friends and members of the family, and he was able to do that.
Exactly. He captured the video with his Create and Share camera pack, and you can see the email he sent me.
So you can do that? You can actually take video off a camcorder, off a TV, and put it inside here?
You can. We actually have two versions of this. One's a USB camera, which is perfect for things like my laptop here.
Right.
One's a PCI that has a video capture, so I could capture video from a camcorder or VCR.
Got it. All right, so he grabbed the video from the TV show.
He grabbed the video from the TV show.
So this is what the email would look like that he sent to his friends.
Exactly. He sent it to me, and you can see that it's an executable that's attached here. So all I have to do is double-click on that and open it up. I've actually already got it open here because I wanted to show you how Jeff had put some little titles in here. He put a title in.
So that's sort of the movie-making part you mentioned before.
Exactly. And then you can see that it slowly goes into the video. He had a little dissolved transition there.
What's your name and your question? My name's Dawn Abate. My question's for Billy.
That's Jeff's
You
sister.
delivered the
That's his sister.
in City Slickers. Was it really disgusting? And did you keep it as a pet?
So that's dynamite. You can actually grab that piece of TV, or whatever, right? You say, hey, I wanted to show you this really funny clip from my favorite show or whatever.
Yeah.
Or copyright issues.
Or if it's the kids at the beach or something like that, you could capture it to send it to Grandma, who may not have seen the great activity.
That's very cool. How much does this thing cost?
This thing costs $129 to about $150. And you can, again, everything is included in the box, camera, software, and everything.
Great fun. Thanks a lot. All right, that's our look at email. I'll be back in just a moment with my pick of the week. Now for my pick of the week. Email is a very practical application. We've all become hooked on its speed and its efficiency, but guess what? Email can also be fun, as in playing games. When I was a kid, I used to play chess by mail with my brother. We'd make moves on this little cardboard chessboard with sticky pieces and physically mail this thing up and back across the country. It took months to play one game. Well, now you can play games by mail, only this time by email. And you can play games that would never have been possible through snail mail. For example, Scrabble. This is email Scrabble from Hasbro Interactive, and it is really cool. Let me show you how it works. I check my email inbox and find I've got the latest move from my opponent. So I just open the email attachment, and up pops the Scrabble board showing me his last move. He can also add a written comment for a little cyber kibitzing. Now to make my move, I just place my letters on this board as I would in the real game. I can add a little note if I'd like, and then I send off the move. Within seconds, my opponent has received my move, and he's ready now to take his turn. Besides email Scrabble, my favorite, you can also play email chess or email Battleship. And the good news is only one of you has to have the software. Your opponent just needs a Windows-based email program. So it's called Email Games from Hasbro Interactive. Cost is only $15 per game, and you can buy them on their website. That's it for this edition of the Chronicles. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back here again next week with more of the latest in software, hardware, and the internet. I hope we'll see you next time.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by BigStar.com, with thousands of videos and DVDs for the whole family. Additional support by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. And by TVA, Television Associates, bridging the worlds of computers and video with DVD authoring and MPEG encoding services.
To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-310-7850. Please specify the show number and the topic.